And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is November 1st, getting closer and closer to the end of the year. As November hits, a couple things we always want to keep in mind. The holiday seasons are coming. How do we adjust our trading towards that, right? That's going to be a big thing you want to think about. It's not about trying to match what you did in October or match what you did in September or match each month up so far this year. We know November, we have that week off we're going to take. Probably each and every one of us will take for Thanksgiving. Then we're going to take 2 weeks off in the end of December. So in reality, we're looking at 3 to 5, 6 weeks left to trading in the year. Something to keep in mind. It's kind of a chance for us to taper down, slow down, see where we've been at this year, do a little research, looking back at what we worked on, where we changed, how we adjusted. So lots to think about as the end of the year kind of starts to fast approach. Today, we had some opportunity. Crude oil opens up this morning, rips higher, or well, I guess off the open, doesn't totally rip, but it bounces higher to last week's swing high, starts its rotation back to the inside. So last week's high was a nice rejection opportunity right around 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. That market started to rotate back inside. S&P 500 and NASDAQ opened up on highs we're on the highs on the open. Those markets rotated, on the lows on the open. They rotated back inside, but I think you're going to see an inside day here. We got Fed coming out this week. You got earnings this week. You've got unemployment number on Friday. We got a lot of news information coming out, and President Biden is at the climate summit. So lots happening. These equity markets, as we sit here and continue to mark highs, are taking their time. They're going to be hesitant. They're not going to look to just rip higher and higher. They're waiting for some sort of news there. Now, gold opened up this morning. We saw a little bit of a pop this morning after the equity open. The kind of fell back inside a little bit, attracted some new buyers, moved right near those that swing high, and that market really stalled out after about 9 o'clock this morning. Really not much trade there. Euro, though, on the other hand, found some trend in the overnight session, continued with that trend all day today, finding those pullbacks, rotating back higher, pulling back a little bit, rotates higher. So find those pullbacks here today. That was the opportunity when you look at the euro, and the 10-year note opens up on the lows and takes all stinking day long to get back to settlement price. We're going to end today about 2 ticks up. So there was opportunity out there. Again, it is just Monday. We're going to take a look here in just a second. Sorry, I nudged my monitor there. We're going to take a look here just in a second. I want to take a look at the visuals we saw in crude oil. I think that's going to be really important. I want to take a look at these equity markets, right? The NASDAQ in particular. NASDAQ in particular opens up this morning, and as it breaks inside of Friday's value, we find it running right down to point of control. That one, it moves through a little bit, about $250 of risk per contract, right? So that's something you want to think about. If you're trading the NASDAQ, level plays out nicely, but we take $250 in risk per contract. If that's not something that you're comfortable with, maybe we want to look at a different product. But we're going to take a look at this, and it rotates back inside, gets a nice pop to the upside, right near our overnight swing low, overnight consolidation, low side of a consolidation in the overnight session. That market rallies right to, breaks down one more time, and you guessed it, runs right down to point of control. So really some simple visuals that we saw here today that we want to take advantage of. So let's go ahead and take a look at these charts right now and see where those opportunities were. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate to drop them into the chat. I do want to say hello to Ricardo. Good to see you. Not sure what you mean about getting a problem repeatedly occurred error. Not sure what you mean by that one. Vince, good to see you. PD and Jorg, good to see you guys. I hope you've all had a great Monday so far. Let's go take a look at these charts and see what we got going on. All right, first and foremost, crude oil opens up this morning. On the open, we get the pop. Look at that. To the tick. Swing, last week's swing high. Prior week, as you guys know, I love prior swing highs and prior swing lows. Overnight, prior day, prior week, prior month. I constantly am looking at them. As a market is approaching them, I'm thinking, where's the opportunity here? I'm not looking to buy and expect a breakout as we have a swing high pretty darn close to a nice round number up here at 85. We got an opportunity to look for a short rotation back inside. We got settlement price down below at 83.57. 83.57 all the way down below. Market doesn't make it all the way down, but to me, that was a great opportunity. We come up near a swing high. Take the short. Risk is cheap. You can risk 15 cents in this and say, you know what, I'm going to risk 150 bucks. I'm going to put a stop up above 85 bucks, see if I can get this to rotate down to the downside. Or you start to recognize it's struggling to make new highs, and you can keep it even cheaper in the risk down here and get the rotation back inside. So to me, right here, great opportunity right around 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning to take the short and watch this market rotate back inside. All right, now let's look at this S&P 500. S&P 500 opens up this morning near that consolidation, right? This is what we're talking about. Opens up near consolidation, rotates back inside. Now this market moves through point of control, accepts pretty quickly inside of value from Friday. Now for me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking to see this start to fill the gap down here towards value low from Friday. It did not. It could not get through the consolidation levels of Friday, which is pretty darn close into Thursday's regular trading hours. Could not get through the consolidation on Friday market. Rebounds pretty darn quickly. Now, here's what I like to see. As soon as we start to find where the gap was, notice how we opened up with a gap last night. As soon as this market come near that gap, we're looking for one or two things. It's either going to accelerate through and take back off to the upside, or rotation back to the inside. We get rotation back to the inside, and as soon as we start to rotate inside, that's what I'm looking for, that short. One more time, I'm going to run that short, and we get a nice double bottom down here right around 85.57, 85.57. We get the double bottom, market recovers right back up. Beautiful pattern, beautiful setup here today. Great opportunities in this one. But now when we look at the NASDAQ, market aesthetically looks the exact same, but levels played out even stronger. All right, so this morning, market opens up, breaks down inside, tries to accept inside of value. We don't get there. We struggled to accept inside value, but what do we do is we come down and we check point of control from Friday. We actually moved through it, right? We did move through it a good little bit. We take some heat in this move, waiting for this market to recover back to the upside. But that's, to me, really what I like. I like watching this. I like watching this market rotating down near level. This is the thing with the NASDAQ that we really need to keep in mind, right? When a market starts to approach a level in NASDAQ, it's not jumping in right away. We have to be patient. This is where watching price action, watching order flow is really going to help you know when to get in on this trade. Because levels, like we say all the time, are extremely elastic when trading the NASDAQ, right? They're extremely elastic. So we need to recognize when the rotation really is starting to happen. And the best way to do that, pull up a dome. Start watching the market as it approaches levels, and you'll start to see it. I really recommend that. Open up one of your practice accounts. As you guys know, everyone's got a practice account in the Trading Combine. Open up that practice account and make some tests. Puts that trade on in the practice account as it approaches level. Obviously, when we're in those trades, we start to see it a little bit better. And if we're in practice, hey, we're protected, we're being safe, and we're trying to learn new things. So to me, that was a great opportunity. Rotates right back up to our moving averages. And one more time back inside, just shy of point of control once again. And now we got a nice end of the day pop here. Next, let's look at the gold market. Like we said, gold, we got some quick volatility off the open this morning. After equity open, we saw quick breakdown near overnight swing highs, and then the market rotated right back inside. And to me, this is a choppy market. This is extremely difficult to trade. Very difficult trade here, plain and simple. chop all over the place, up and down a couple bucks. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't have much to say there. Next, let's look at the euro. Euro, though, on the other hand, really nice trade. Market maintains nice trend in the overnight session. Notice we got one breakdown in the overnight. We saw another one. Market opens up, gives us one more breakdown. And this is where we have to make that call as a trader. If you can manage your risk, you can take both sides of this trade. You can go long. Let's say you wanted to take the short. You take the short, you recognize you get stopped out pretty quickly. You recognize, hey, this is not a rotation back inside, a rotation back to the downside. Rather, we're looking to trade within Friday's value and maintain trend to the upside. Market maintains trend to the upside. And this is what got me. I was really hoping to see it rotate all the way back up to point of control from Friday. Could not get there. But as we approach this overnight session, we're getting pretty darn close to it. Let's keep an eye on this point of control here at 116.33 half. Next, let's look at the 10-year note. We'll get on your 10-year note. Pretty simple here today. Opens up on Friday's value low, rotates back inside, and we have point of control as well as settlement price. Settlement price up here at 130.22 half. 130.22 half, which, hey, how about that? Happens to be point of control from Friday. So to me, that's what you're looking at. You're recognizing, hey, I got a chance here off the open. See if we can rotate this thing back inside. Closing the gap to settlement price does that pretty darn nicely. So, everybody, those there are our markets here today. We've got Bitcoin trading $61,260. I did hear some news here today, this weekend. Pretty cool. Tom Brady threw his 600 touchdown pass a few weeks ago, and Mike Evans gave a fan the football, which is actually a pretty cool thing. But then they realized, hey, that was Tom's 600th touchdown pass. Let's bring that back. And that guy got a couple jerseys, got the rest of this year and all next year's season tickets, got money to spend in the pro shop, and apparently on an interview, they asked him, if you could do it all over again, what would you negotiate for? He said, well, if had I known what the football was, I would have asked for a round of golf with Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, I thought this was pretty cool, sent him a full Bitcoin. So, hey, if you catch a Hall of Fame style, you get a Hall of Fame football like that, you get something that memorable, hold on to it. Maybe you can get a Bitcoin out of it. Who knows? I thought that was kind of cool. Jacqui killed in step one of the combine. Way to go. I tried both, but got stopped out on both tries. Oh, I'm sorry. Vince, Xenoverse, do you offer New York Stock Exchange stock for funded programs? No, right now we just have futures and Forex, but always thinking about other options. So make sure we put that one in. PK, good to see you. Tried to fade, stopped out by 1 3/4 points, then flipped to bring long and got stopped. Hey, that's all right, Vince. That'll happen. S&P kind of moved through that point of control today and then didn't make it down to our next level. But really, when you look at those profiles, start to recognize those high volume nodes. If the market starts to trade past them, then you can look for it to fill the gap a little bit. If it doesn't, look for those levels to hold and rotate again. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Captain Price, Tesla keeps surprising. Well, Elon Musk did come out and say if the UN can prove that that $6 billion can save world hunger, he's going to donate. That's kind of cool thing for him. So we'll see what he does there. Want to see some 1,200 denial if no gap up tomorrow in Tesla. All right, let's keep our eyes on it. All right, guys, let's see. What else we got going? We touched on Bitcoin there. Let's take a look at some of our other stocks. We'll start with Airbnb, and we'll work our way down the line. Airbnb, $174.60 there. GameStop, back up to $200, up 9% today in the GameStop. AMC, though, that meme stock has not taken back off, $37.07. Tesla, though, 8.5%, or $95 today. Had you bought one share of Tesla to start the day and sold it at the end of the day, you're making $95. That's pretty spectacular. $1,208.59. Remember, not that long ago, of course, my thing's freezing. Not that long ago, we had the split, the 5-for-1. We were up at $2,000 a share. So hopefully everyone that has Tesla is holding on. Robinhood, $34.85. And lastly, our VIX, $63 or $16.36. I did forget to pull up my this date in history, so we'll get that pulled up. But really quick, throughout this week, you've got FOMC meeting beginning tomorrow with statement on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have international trades and goods on Thursday. We're going to have unemployment number on Friday. And as always, jobless claims on Thursday. So a couple things to keep an eye on there. Earnings are still going on. Let's just kind of look at this week in general. Everything's being slow here. Let's get it pulled up properly. All right, so today, nothing too crazy. We got Pfizer coming in on Tuesday. We know Pfizer should have some interesting numbers with vaccines going on right now. You got T-Mobile, Amgen, Estee Lauder, BP, just to name a few on Tuesday. Coming into Wednesday, Qualcomm, CVS, Equinox, Humana. Nothing too intense there. No Amazons, no Facebooks. Moderna comes in on Thursday. Definitely a big one to keep an eye on there. And Friday, last one we got coming in, big name, Berkshire Hathaway. B comes in on Friday. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this date in history and get on out of here. All right. This date, 1512, the Sistine Chapel ceiling opened up to the public. I'll tell you what. Pretty surreal place to go check it out. No camera flashes, but if you ever have a chance and you're in Rome, go to the Vatican, check out that Sistine Chapel. It is actually absolutely spectacularly beautiful. On this day, let's see what other events do we got here that are worthwhile. That's it. That's what we got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. John will be back tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Central Time. We got Coach's Playbook tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, where we're going to be talking about, what are we talking about? Maximizing your strengths and diminishing your weaknesses. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow for both of those things. So until then, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. Look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.